Okay. Good morning, everybody. Good evening, good afternoon. How's everyone doing? Fantastic, fantastic, fantastic. I see lots of familiar names. Lots of people from the course are here too. Good to see that. Okay, where's everyone from? Let's hear it. Let's hear it. I know you guys typed some of it before. Let me hear your respectable countries and cities. Dubai, Puerto Rico, New York, Montreal, Nigeria, Osaka, London. Whoa, it's so hard to even keep up. Latvia, I got you there. Kenya, London, Holland, India, Brunei, Manchester, Chennai, Malaysia. Fantastic, fantastic. Okay, so the list is endless and it's incredibly fast. I'm gonna have to read this, during the recordings. Okay, great, fantastic. How many of you guys are here for the first time? How many of you guys are here for the first time? Wow, there's tons of people here for the first time. Okay, fantastic. And all of you who are here for the first time, have you guys actually seen any of my webinars from before? Okay, looks like all of you guys. Okay, good. So it's good to have you guys here. Good. In fact, what I'm gonna do here is I'm going to lower the attendee box. Like that. And I'm going to increase this so that way I can see more of the chat. All right. Yeah, so today we're going to be doing Mastering Trade Selection. We're going to go straight into it. We don't have much time here together. We have only 1 hour because after this session, I'm going straight to FX Street for the next webinar. Got students there waiting as well from 9 a.m. New York time. So before we get started, let's start with a common question. So, how many of you guys start your day by picking out the trades that you're going to be trading? Okay. Do you do it? Let's see if I can put up a poll here. Let's see that. Let's give it a second here. Okay, here we go. I'm releasing a poll for you guys. Let's see if you guys can answer that for me. Okay, we got a bunch of people saying every morning / evening. A lot of people saying random. Some people saying no idea. Okay. I can hear typing. I was using Chrome. It wasn't working. Okay. All right. Okay. So there seems to be a lot of confusion and a lot of people using mornings and evenings to select trades. Now, what I'm going to do here today is I'm going to help you how I personally filter out trades, how I teach my students in the elite community how to do it, and most importantly, how I'm going to be teaching you guys at Urban Forex now on how to pick trades as well. So let's get started. We got a pretty big room in here. We got 240 people here, and they're still pouring in. We got a larger seat capacity now. It's no longer locked at 100 capacity. So happy to get that upgraded for you guys. Let's get started. Okay, so first things first. How many of you guys were here in my last webinar? Let me get okay. Lots of you guys. Someone says saw the recording. Some people said they missed it. Okay, here we go. Let's open up my screen sharing and let's get this party started. Here we go. Okay, no worries. For those of you who didn't see it, the recording was sent out. So if you guys are on the list on Urban Forex, on the main page, if you're signed up there, you will get all the recordings and all the good stuff from us. Okay, so now For those of you who came to the last recordings, we were talking about pound CAD that I was going. So 2 webinars ago, we discussed on pound CAD how I was long. Last webinar, I discussed how I changed the pound CAD around and I went short on it. So just before we started the webinar, here is the screenshot I've taken from my cell phone. The pound CAD short is right now running for me at basically 1,360 pounds. Okay, so I'm running this for a short. I'm going over this for a standard lot, and I'm looking for a further drop that's due. Okay, so for those of you who always have questions like this lingering, I always want to catch up from the previous webinar, and let's get straight to it. Okay, here we go. Here we go. Bum bum bum. All right, let's open up some pairs, and before we do that, let's step into the currency strength. So before I begin, I always go in with the currency strength. If there's any issues with sound and stuff, guys, let me know. If there's a lag or something, I will get that fixed. However, if there is something that you notice only you have, but everyone else is following along, it's best to exit the room and come back in, and that should solve it. Okay? Don't worry about not being able to get back in, because I know last time people were afraid to exit because they wouldn't be able to get back in. So, okay. All right, so let's go straight into it. So the currency strength, here we go. Here we go. For those of you who have sound issues, like I said, this is recorded, so there will be a better audio in here. Let me just pick that up real quick here. I'll check this out real quick. Audio conferencing, microphone. Here we go. Full duplex, best quality. Okay. Okay. Is that maybe that should be better? That should be better. Can everyone hear me just fine now? Yeah? Okay, fantastic. Let's keep going. Let's keep going. We got lots of stuff to cover today. All right, here we go. Okay, so what we do, we first start with the strength meter. Okay, this is how I start my day. And I'm gonna, you don't really need the strength meter, but it's just what we do in-house proprietary at Forex Watchers, okay? So, what I personally do, I like to start with the strength meter and I pick up all the major pairs. So for example, what major pairs do you see here when I put my mouse right here at the edge? Okay, what flares up? Okay, what numbers do you guys see? We got USD at 6, we got Euro at -4, we got Yen at -6, Aussie it's at -1, so Aussie doesn't matter. New Zealand at 1 doesn't matter. CAD at 4, CAD has some importance. So let's pop into both US dollar and Japanese yen. And as we do some trade selections and stuff like that, I'm also going to show you some stuff that is actually going to even have trades for you coming up in the next day or two. Okay, so let's go straight into it. Okay, let's open up the dollar group first. Where is US dollar? Hello. Okay. Let's get this all cleaned up for you so we can do this nice and easy. Okay, and here we go. All right, I'm gonna draw a circle on my screen. Let me know when you guys can see it. Okay, here we go. Here's a circle. How many of you guys see it? Perfect, perfect. Okay, this gives me an idea of how much lag there might be. Perfect, so let's keep going. Let's keep going. Okay. All right. So, Euro USD. Where do you guys see Euro USD going? Direction. What do you guys see? Short, long, short. Okay, short means sell, or downside for those of you who are still catching up with Forex terminology. Okay, pound USD, which direction? Up or down? Okay, down, short, good. Aussie USD, direction, up or down? Short, good. Okay, New Zealand USD, direction, down. Perfect. USD CAD, now here, everywhere we've had USD is on the right side. Okay, it's always on the right side. But now in USD CAD, we got it on the left side, so the chart is flipped upside down. Okay, which direction USD CAD? Up. Fantastic. So it means the same thing. It means the same thing. Here, once again, USD is on the left side. That means the chart is going to be flipped. Okay, again, that's up. Now, we got a bunch of pairs here from Euro USD all the way to USD Yen here saying that US dollar is strong. Agree? Everyone see that? Here's a question for you guys. Now, if everyone is strong, now we can open up all 6 pairs in the same direction, but is that actually going to be useful to us? Okay, we can hedge our risks like that, but is it actually going to be so useful to us? Especially knowing that all dollar is going in the same direction. No, it's not going to be too useful to us. Now, how about this? When you look at situations like this, now notice on the 15th of, or between the 15th, you see the 15th here and the 19th here? Yeah, you guys see that? Look right above that. You see that lowest point there? If I drag my mouse straight across from it, would we say price is currently trying to break that area? Yeah? Okay, let's do the same here on pound USD. If we look at that similar area and we say this spot right there, if I drag my mouse across, are we trying to break it or have we already broken it? Already broken. Okay, so what does that tell you in terms of pound USD and Euro USD? Which one is stronger? Okay, pound USD. Pound USD is going to be stronger. We're talking about for US dollar strength, sorry. So pound USD is a better pair to be on for the strength. Okay? Let's take it even further. We take that same location, which is going to be around here, and price is right here right now. It's like, whoa, that thing is really far down. Okay. Let's take that same area here, and here's the current price on New Zealand USD. Like, okay, that's already been broken as well. The same area here on USD CAD, and we look at it, it's like, okay, it's just starting to break. And we do the same thing in this area in USD Yen, and then we drag it across and we say, that one's not even reached there yet. Agree? Everyone's with me so far? Okay. Now, which one is the strongest? Which one says US dollar is the strongest? Okay, for those of you who are saying New Zealand USD or Aussie USD, you guys are correct. Let me ask you this question, which one is the weakest? Okay, so the answer to that is going to be either Euro USD or USD Yen, because they're just barely getting to that area. Okay, this one is just trying to break it right now. Everyone else is long gone past that date. Long gone. They're making new lower lows and everything. But these are the only ones who are haltering behind. Now, let me ask you this. How many of you guys, when you guys are watching a sports team and stuff like that, and if you had to bet on a sports team, okay, let's hope none of you guys are betting. We're traders here. We don't believe in gambling. So if let's say some of you guys are betting, okay, just for the sake of this example, how often do you bet on a losing team or a losing horse or a player that's horrible? Never, right? You know, are you when you're looking to buy a property, are you gonna say, let me buy a property right over there where they're building a Starbucks and a nice supermarket, and that area seems to be really nice, let me buy a property there? Or are you gonna say, this property is in the slums but it has potential? What's the higher risk? Right? So when you think in that direction, you get an idea of, if you want to go in the hood, in the slums, so you get an idea to go with the winning team. Now, it's not the same as in trading. The winning team is always going to be better because the winning team are the larger players. Now, the larger players control the market. They control the market. They control which direction the industry goes. They control everything. And let me tell you one thing that they do not like. They do not like losing. Always remember that. When it comes to money, the strongest always survives and wins, hands down, 99% of the time. Always. Okay? The underdog has a really tough time catching up in the monetary system. Okay? So keep that in mind. Keep that in mind. So let's take this forward. Survival of the richest. Yeah, that's a good saying actually, Sam. Okay, let's keep that in mind. Let's move this forward. Now, having that said, and we know, welcome, Satish. Okay, so having that said, we know that, okay, how do we normally trade? Actually, how many of you guys here are from the Mastering Price Action course? Okay, can I hear this is easy? How many of you guys are from the Mastering Price Action course? Okay, fantastic. Good. So, when we're looking at movements like this, when the trend is down, for us to pick up a trade, we need a pullback, right? Now, let me teach you guys something here. I'm going to show you guys something really quick. All right. Okay, I'm going to help you guys unlock this idea of which direction is the market going, okay? So, watch very carefully. Here the market is heading up. Everyone see that? Okay. What's the market doing? Retracing. Yeah, we can see Armo's mouse. Okay, so it's retracing. It's struggling, right? Okay. Now, based on this pullback, how much of a pullback is it based on the movement? %, 40%, 15%, 20%. Okay, so everyone's got a pretty decent idea, okay? Now, I'm going to do another one. Here's a movement up. Here's a pullback. What kind of pullback is that one? Okay, 75%, 80%, okay. Now, the question is, we got trade number 1 and we got trade number 2. What does a deep pullback mean? What does a deep pullback mean? Kaser, too much resting. I can see you've been on the course. Okay, loss of strength, losing power. Fantastic. So keeping that in mind, if it's losing strength and losing power, that means our opponent, if we're buyers, our opponent, the seller, is actually quite strong as well. Correct? Now, can I ask you guys this question? What's a range? What's a range? In terms of power, what's a range? Okay, consolidation, equal power, and everything. Now, when you look at range, when anyone looks at a range, what people do when they look at a range is their eye glances on this spot. Okay, if I can make a nice little eyeball. Okay, the eye just looks at that piece right there. Okay, that's what they see when they see a range. But what they miss out on is a range is actually a story from a bigger picture. Yeah, what's before? Very good, Prince. Very good. So if the market's going up and then it ranges, now tell me the strength of this buyer. How much pullback is coming in? These are all pullbacks. These are all pullbacks. Only difference is every time there's a pullback, the buyer snaps it right back up. The buyer snaps it right back up. So while people are looking at this as, I don't know which way the markets are going, there is a bigger story to it of, hey, it's a range for a reason. The buyers are extremely strong. Now, okay, the reason there's a purpose I'm showing you all this. There's a purpose I'm showing you all this. So just hang in there with me. Here we go. So here's situation A. Okay, situation number 1. Markets are going up, and we're having a nice pullback. Situation number 2. Markets are going up, and the markets start to range. Situation number 3. This is the same currency group, okay? They're all doing the same thing. They're in the pullback mode. Here's situation number 3. Markets are going up, and then we have pullbacks. Okay, what can you tell me about the 3 different scenarios? Which one's the strongest? Okay, the absolute strongest one is situation number 3. It has the abilities to make a higher high. Situation number 2, there's a battle. Situation number 1, the sellers are temporarily dominating. Okay? Okay, now, having that said, when we see retracement, deep retracement, shallow retracement, with no lower low on each try, and then we see barely a retracement, but an upward retracement kind of thing, where there is sellers moving in, but then as the sellers move in, the buyers snap it a little bit higher, a little bit higher, a little bit higher. Well, what's actually going to happen is you notice situation number 3 shines and sticks out. Okay, now that situation number 3 shines and sticks out, let's take a look further now. Let's take a look further. Yogi, here's the thing. We're not pattern traders. That's the thing. Okay, you're going at patterns. What's a pattern? Let's discuss this. You know what's a pattern? I'm going to show you a pattern. This number right here, this is a pattern. If you have a pattern, you end up in this number. Because a pattern can be breached. That's a pattern. Okay? No, I don't want to be rude or anything, but I'm just trying to make a point here that if you're following a pattern-based system, then all I need to know is what you know and top it. Make sense? Okay, so let's keep moving. All right, let's go into the charts again here. All right. Now, when looking at this scenario here, we got New Zealand USD, we got Aussie USD, the crazy ones, right? Now let's move this into an area where for us to get a trade, where can we trade it from? Okay, where can we trade it from? No, it's not better with line charts for those of you who are asking. Okay, so we got a bunch of trades. Now for us to take a trade, we need safety. Okay, we need safety. So let's, sorry, I need to get back to the drawing board for you guys. Okay, so now that we understand strength, right? Okay, we understand strength and we understand how we can actually judge the charts based on strength. If we understand that scenario, the next thing to understand is if the markets are constantly going higher and higher and higher and higher, understand this one concept is who buys up here? Yeah, late buyers, right? Okay, we don't want to use the term losers because it's a little bit too harsh, but late buyers, you know, amateurs, people who are just learning, right? Retail trader, yeah, just people who are just learning. So these are the people who are buying really late, okay? And this happens to be in everything, in every walk of life. They hear about an opportunity, but it's already too late, and they buy and they get crucified. Okay, moving forward from this information, keeping that in mind, if the markets are like this, and then that scenario number 3 that we talked about is starting to do this, even though it's strong and we buy up here, is that safe? Okay, now that's the one thing to always remember. No matter what the education or which direction you go, risk is the number one most important thing. Not chasing profit, it's risk. If you can control risk, you'll make more money than you can imagine. Okay, so then we have the second scenario with this pullback here. And then we have scenario number 1, which was I think the second scenario was a shallow pullback. Sorry about that. And then scenario number 1 was the one that had a deeper pullback. Okay, so which one is safer? Now, this is an important question because many people tend to get this wrong. Is it the one that's the extreme hard one? Is it the one to go with number 1 that's pulling in too deep? Or is it the one that's showing sustainability where it's like it's holding, it's holding, it's holding? Yeah. The answer would be number 2. The answer would be number 2. Because the number 1 is losing momentum. If it's losing momentum and you rejoin that momentum, you might get a trade that goes high up to there and fail again. Here, you might get a spike down initially, but then it'll rise up a little bit healthier. But that initial spike will go down. Now that's the sad part of it. Okay? So, because a good opportunity will have spikes. A good opportunity will have spikes. Always remember this. Spikes are not your brokers. Spikes are good opportunities. How many of you guys have realized that over the years you've been trading now? That every time you get spiked out, you get stopped out, and then the trade goes in your favor. How many of you guys have been through that experience? Right? It's not a broker situation. It's not broker led. It's actually a situation that tells you you're on the right pair. Just you're on the pair at the wrong time. You just have to be on it slightly after. Okay? So we'll get into all that stuff a little bit later on. But we're going to focus on how do we pick trades based on this knowledge now. Okay? We don't want to pick always the strongest one. We don't want to always pick the weakest one. So what a lot of students, when they first come to me, what they first start saying is, okay, when I see the strength number, they're saying, you know, do I pair the strongest pair with the weakest pair? No, we can't do that. Because if you pair the strongest one with the weakest one, in this case, for example, if you do USD and yen, that's going to show you a skyrocketing chart. That's going to keep going higher and higher and higher and higher. You need a chart that's going to give you a decent pullback, right? Does that make sense now? On how you cannot just simply choose a one that's really strong against the one that's really weak? Yeah, it becomes harder to enter. So you want to use a pair that's super strong, a currency that's super strong with something that's a little bit more neutral. That gives you the safest pair. Okay? Okay, so a lot of you asking how can we get access to that strength chart? Let's drop that question of how do I get access to it. Let's get into how do we make sense of Naveen, how do you come up with these numbers? Okay, how about that? Shall we go into that? Maybe it might be better. Let's equip you guys with the knowledge to make this. Okay, let's get straight into that. All right, so let's open it up on a chart here. Let me open up the yen group, for example. Okay, I'm going to close up the New Zealand. I'm going to close up the pound CAD here. Okay. Okay. Let me clean this up. Okay. I'll take a screenshot so we can draw on it real easily. Okay. Yeah. Here we go. Okay, I'm gonna draw a circle. Let me know when you see it. Perfect. Let's begin. Let's begin. Okay. So, USD Japanese yen. The recent resistance we've had is around this area. You know, early December, right? Here's early December. And based on this recent resistance, we've finally broken higher. Correct? We had a similar resistance in December here. We've broken higher. The markets are pulling back, but based on that resistance, are we still going north? Yeah, I'll keep that in mind. Same thing in early December. Pound yen, same resistance. Same thing on euro yen, just below it. Same resistance. Same thing on New Zealand yen, similar resistance. Okay, and finally Aussie yen, the same or similar resistance here as well. Okay, now when you notice this information where all the charts are doing very similar activities, they're going in the same direction, they're respecting similar support resistance zones around the same time, this tells you one thing and one thing only. Yeah, this tells you yen is weak across the charts, and it also tells you the world is interested in dumping the Japanese yen. What's the reason? Not our concern. But the world is interested. Now, who's the world? When I say the world, it's not every Tom, Dick, and Harry. This is people with extreme cash flows. Banks, hedge funds, big boys, yeah, countries, billionaires. These are the guys who are like, I don't like yen, get rid of it. This is going across the board. Ballers, if you want to call it, yeah. Right? So it's telling you to get rid of all this. Now, just because it's very high, wait, that's a good question, Skippy. Just because it's very high up in the sky right now, can we sell it? Okay, so here's the thing. Here's the thing, right? Some people are saying no, some people are saying not yet. Some people are saying depends on momentum. With the pullback, well, Goran, we're talking about a sell, not a buy. We can only get a pullback if we want to do a buy. Must get a clue, wait for a break. It's still in buyer's area. Okay, so let's go back to this. Okay, so understand this one concept. If the big boy says dump Japanese yen, get rid of it, and you're saying this looks like it's gonna be a sell soon, according to my A, B, and C wave pattern and my Fibonacci numbers and all this other scenario, I'm getting a sell signal. Now you compare that sell signal to what the big boy is telling you in front of your face. He's saying dump the Japanese yen. And you're saying, no, but my sell signal. As a professional trader for the last 10 days, my sell signal must be stronger. It's not going to happen. It's not going to happen, right? I'm trying to make you guys realize, stop stepping on the toes of the big boys. They're going to get angry. They're going to get angry and they're going to take your money. Handfuls of money. They're just going to rob you like blind. So you got to be very careful with this. And I'm trying to teach you how to look at what the big boys are trying to tell you. What are they trying to tell you? Okay? So far so good. Everyone with me in the concept of where the money flow is going? Okay, now that we understand yen has the money flow, our job now is, I know I want to dump yen, but I also know the whole world is also watching yen. Because look at this. Now here's the thing. If I show you a chart and I do this, would everyone say this is an uptrend? Would everyone say these support resistance are nice buy areas? Right? Very straightforward, very simple. Right? Okay. So this is how the world views the market. Very straightforward, very simple. Reality is, it's not how they trade. You know how people trade? This looks like a buy. I think I should buy it. 10 minutes later, news comes out. It is a buy. Enter. Make sense? You see what happens? It's all run by emotions. It's run purely based on emotions. And if you do that based on emotions, and if you think now the chart now, if you think of the big boys as on a chart, and the big boys are showing you dump Japanese yen, and the chart looks like this. What you're looking for is, I can't enter it up here because I know the world is trying to buy this. And once the world tries to enter on this, constantly at every step of the way that you try to hit a buy at a high price, you're increasing your odds of getting smacked really, really hard. Even though you're in the right direction. So now you're like, wait a minute, Naveen. You just told me to go with the big boys, but you're telling me not to go with the big boys. What are you saying? Right? It's like, well, what's this guy talking about? What's this crazy brown guy on the screen saying? So there's a little confusion here, right? So it's like, okay, what are you saying? Yeah, Chris Judge, that's very good. Get a better price. Now you come in like a smart investor saying, give me a deal and I'll come with you. Give me a deal and I'll sell you my Japanese yens. Okay? You want to say that directly to them. Stand up to the big boys and say, let's play ball. I'm not going to just follow you because you got the big cash in your wallet. Let's play ball. Does that make sense? What you're doing now is saying, I agree with you, but if you want to do business with me, give me a better price. What does a better price mean? Lower the price a bit. Lower the price a bit. Give me a pullback, and then as the pullback is coming in, I'll consider it. If the price is decent enough, I'll take it. But what the big boys will do, this is the fun part. This is the part I love to see time and time again. What the big boys are gonna do, they're gonna do this. Prices come down, then they go up again, then they come down a little bit more, then they go up again, and then a little bit more, and they're like this, and everyone's like, perfect. I will take that price now because it looks like it's preparing to go back long. They're going to smack it down very hard. They smack it down very hard, exactly like Dr. Satish says, creating an illusion. It's like, this is the moment when this 3 letters come to reality. What the F? What is going on? Right? It's like, what just happened? Okay, once this happens, immediately the person who was buying gets stopped out. The person who was thinking of buying says, screw this, I'm selling. They start selling. The person who was buying also says, I'm stopped out. It's a sell everything. Sell the house, sell the car, sell everything. Okay? Once all this selling happens, they spike it right back up. And at that moment, would everyone agree that this spike, we start saying broker, news, the orange guy on TV, which we call Trump. You guys realize this? We start blaming everything. Right? Okay, whether you want to call it a fake out or anything, it's not a fake out. It's strategy and it's brilliant. Learn to use it as a weapon. Right? Yes, it's art of war. It's the strongest survive. It's not the big boys are here to say, you know what? It's a nice, wonderful 95-5 market where 95% lose, 5% win, but I care for you, so let me help you. No, it doesn't work like that. The guy's there saying, let me look like I'm helping you, and then they keep coming to attack you. This happens time and time again. All I'm trying to make you be aware of is, okay, now that you understand the industry, be aware of it, and if you're aware of it, use it to your advantage. If this is how the industry is run, use it to your advantage. Why do you want to be the victim? Right? So how many of you guys agree with me starting from today, you're going to stop being that victim and you're going to try to make a better decision? Yeah? Say, I promise, no more. Enough is enough. Right? So, all right, so let's take a look at those same charts, and now it comes down to, now that we understand the strongest one, even though we know the big boys are always going to be right, we don't want the absolute strongest one because that's too dangerous. We want a one that's a little bit of a pullback, but once we get a little bit of a pullback, be sure to learn how to do one thing, how to time it. And timing is one thing the average person cannot do. You know why? Because the average person is looking to make a quick buck as fast as possible. As fast as possible, which means zero patience. Is that correct? So, no matter what technique is shown in the industry, what strategy is shown in the industry, what MA, the latest technology made by the finest AI robots that are from Mars and who have created this system, it all boils down to, what does a human do when he finally says, I see a trade, oh my god. Once the oh my god steps in, it's all down the drain. Okay, so taking a look at that now, actually, those of you who are saying USD yen, let me show you guys something. It's an interesting thing. Shaq, you said USD yen. It's not a short. The big boys are saying buy. I'm gonna come strangle you, Shaq. We just talked about yen being weak. Why do you want to short it? Okay, no, it's okay. We're just having a discussion here. So let me show you on the screen here. Okay, let's go to, okay, which, did anyone, okay, they did it in the conference room today. I attended the conference room today from the elite members, and they were talking about a USD yen that they took for a buy. Let's see if I can have Pipmonk took it. Okay. All right. Let me show you on the charts here. USD yen. Here is the 4 hours. He took it based on that pullback that came in. This pullback that came in, he was looking at this very, very sharply. Okay, now we're gonna work with all of you guys who have done the course. Okay, so those of you who are in this in the Mastering Price Action course, if we know this is buyer's territory, if we know the big boy is saying dump Japanese yen, how, when this pullback comes in, how do we read the momentum? Who can tell me? How many runs does that guy do? Okay, yes, it's a 50% retracement. We're not really interested in the retracement. Rubber band man, good. Atul, good. Luis, 3 runs. 3 runs. Excellent, excellent. 3 runs. Okay, what happens on the 3rd run? Okay, when we say runs, for those of you who are unaware of this is a run number 1, and then he gets snapped back. This is a run number 2, who makes a lower low, and then he gets snapped back. This is a run number 3, and then boom. He gets completely devoured. Okay? Yeah. You see this momentum of slowdown process happening? And then, now here's the thing. Here's the thing. Let me ask all of you guys one question. Is the audio gone? Can everyone? Sorry about that. Can you guys hear me now? Yeah, that was actually a very big stunt we did, you know? Right at the good part, we cut out the audio. No, I'm just kidding. Okay, let me go back to screen sharing. Sorry, it was probably my internet just dropped. Okay, so going back to what we're discussing. Okay, no, I'm not in a hotel. I'm actually in my condo in Bangkok. But I guess the internet's not stable, I guess. Or the software is not stable. I don't know. There's a lot of you guys in here, okay? Calm down. I think you were breaking down Adobe, you know. So, okay, so here we go. Back to this question. Let's get back to it. So, market's coming down, pulls back. Market's coming down again, pulls back. Market's coming down again, and then it gets devoured here. Now, here's the thing. Here's the thing. Now, in this area where the sellers get finally devoured after several tries, what happens? Would we say the seller is dead? Okay, so there's a final push running, right? Last run, very good, Luca and David. Small sell with big guy. Okay, so not yet. Okay, very good. So those of you who I can see, you guys have been really good at focusing on the courses. Extremely good. I'm extremely happy right now. Okay, good. So it's not done yet. As most people start buying, it's gonna do the next pullback here. And as it does the next pullback, one thing I want to point out to you guys, would we say it's a good price to buy right there? Is that a good price to buy? Oh, zoom. For those of you who need to zoom, on the top right is an option to zoom in, I believe. Okay. Adrian, the answer is no, could go down further. Sir Pipalot, crazy that part of the course, gauging momentum, just became available to me this morning. Oh, okay, good. You're gonna love it. It's all of this stuff basically. Okay. Anyways, getting back to the thing. Okay, I'm reading all of your comments too much. Okay, so getting back to the thing, the idea comes to is prepare for buys here, right? Correct? Everyone agree? Now let me show you something very critical here. Very critical here. What most people do. Okay, when I say what most people, yes, Ezekiel, very good. Prepare for a lower spike. Here's the thing. What most people do is once they see this, once the seller dies and this big green candle starts showing up, their eyes glisten up with joy and hope. and saying, oh my god, is this the moment? Am I gonna make money? You know, deer in the headlights. Exactly, that's what it is. You know, like, yes, it's my time. You know, like, like, here's the thing. What happens is, in the moment when the deer in the headlights come in, I thought those were boobs. Okay, I shouldn't say that out loud. Okay, if I let me okay, I'm gonna take a screenshot here now. All right, so let's take a quick look at this. Okay, everyone see the screenshot here? I'm gonna draw a circle. Let me know when you see the circle. Yeah? Okay. So, this one says, after several tries, the seller died. Prepare for buys, right? Can everyone tell me, what does this one say? What about this one? What about this one? What about this one? How about this one? Is anyone else saying it's ready to buy? No, no one else is ready to buy yet. Which means if they're gonna do another push down further, this guy will spike. Why does it spike? Here's a question. Here's the main important thing. Why should it spike? There's two major reasons why a spike should happen. Why? Okay, shakeout, support is below, catch up on other pairs, take everyone out. Okay, so I can see some of the answers are correct. Here's the thing. If anyone, any Tom, Dick, and Harry who's buying right now, where is their stop loss? Recent low. Recent low. Why is it a recent low? This is the common education revolving around the industry. Yeah, it's a 95% education, right? It's a recent low. This is where they put all their stop losses. Let's take them out first. Instead of you putting your stop loss there, be the guy that takes them out. You know, be that person that says, you know what, I'm going to think like a big boy. I'm going to wait till they're all crucified. And I'm going to say, you know what, take me with you, big boy. I'm coming along. Okay? Yeah, so... So let the spike happen. Once the spike comes back, you're like, okay, spike is back. Is it preparing for a long? What about the rest? 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 Bingo. Now, if you have to be a buyer, now here comes a trade picking question. If you have to be a buyer, which one is the best currency pair to buy? Which one looks the healthiest for an uptrend? USD yen. Perfect. Yogi and Prince and Jonas. Very good for answering that question quickly. It is the best one to buy. However, you use the other currency pairs to time it like precision. You time it to such a precision that you will not go wrong and you won't be part of that spike. Okay, why is it the best one? Look at the curvature of pound yen going north. Look at the curvature of CAD yen going north. Look at the curvature of Aussie yen. It's actually going downwards. The curvature New Zealand yen going downwards. The euro yen going upwards, but lots of chop. But USD yen is just nice and smooth and it's aiming for the heavens. Make sense? That's how you come to a complete conclusion of how do we select it. Okay? So, for those of you who haven't got the Mastering Price Action course, get it now. We're going to only keep it running until the end of the year, and then into next year we're going to raise the prices. So, it's available for $197 now. And tell you what, I always have a surprise for everybody. For those of you who are already in the course, in week number 5 in the Money Spot, I have a surprise for you. As I'm releasing more courses, there's information in there for you guys. I've just put in a video in there for you guys. Okay, so Thank you all for attending. I'm going to be at the FX Street Premium webinar. For those of you who want to attend there, can attend there. Otherwise, I look forward to seeing all of you guys in the Mastering Price Action course. If not, the surprise that's waiting for all of you who have already bought it is going to be in week 5 in the Money Spot education area. Thanks again for attending, guys. This session was recorded. It is going to be on YouTube. Thank you so much for coming. I love you guys. I will see you guys in exactly 2 weeks. Cheers. Bye for now.